Good evening and welcome to We the People. In 1970, Congress passed the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, and I think that's as applicable to the Trump organization as any other single piece of legislation. But you can think about this and and come to your own conclusions. The question is whether there's bribery when foreign governments stay at the Trump facilities and talk about putting Trump properties in their countries where he gets paid millions of dollars because they've stayed there. You can ask whether or not the Saudi investing whatever it was, $2 billion into his son-in-law's investment fund was really a bribery payoff. At least it's worth investigating. You can take a look at whether or not, when Trump said that to the oil executives, if they paid a lot of money, he would make sure that it would be drill, baby, drill for the oil companies. You can take a look at whether or not you have law firms paying tons of money to Trump, and news organizations tons of money to Trump so that they can get back security clearances. When you think about that, the President of the United States has taken away their security clearances apparently because he believed that they were a security risk, and now because they've paid him money or promised to do pro bono legal work for his facilities, they get that back. That's a hell of a way to deal with security clearances if you think that there's a security problem. You can take a look at whether or not the contributions to the Trump campaign have gone to pay for his legal fees, and whether or not, in fact, those have been reported as income to Trump versus campaign money, because if they're paying off his legal fees, that would be income to Trump for which taxes would be owed. We can take a look at whether or not there's extortion by requiring universities, a whole ton of them, and law firms to do his bidding when in fact their obligations are to somebody else, so that whether or not he threatens to take away funds for research, whether he threatens to take away security clearances, whether he suggests that the Attorney General should investigate law firms and businesses that apparently he likes or doesn't like at his behest, and unless they kowtow to his desires. In most cases, this would be considered extortion, not a bargaining chip to accomplish something. You can take a look at whether or not the question is whether you get the President of the United States ordering the Attorney General to investigate businesses and law firms that he disagrees with, is whether or not this is a violation of their duties, and whether or not it's not like the head of a mafia organization, whether or not closing down parts of the government, and if it's affected more of people in Democratic areas and Republican areas, whether or not this is not similar to a mafia head taking revenge on innocent people that haven't done his bidding, just as if a mafia boss was threatening a business if they didn't engage in payoff. There are a whole series of things we could look at that, and then decide whether or not the Trump organization and the people kowtowing to him might not be the perfect fit for the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. This history goes back a long time, and it ought to be looked at and considered.